Alright guys, we're back with another video from Hipa. They sent me a new kind of upgrade kit for my steel MS290, so we're going to go ahead and open that and see what all it came with. And we'll start with the exhaust. It's got a new muffler. I'm not exactly sure how to install that yet, but we'll try to figure it out. If not, we'll just leave it off. It also came with a new fuel cap, a new oil cap, carburetor, a new gasket for your carburetor, a fuel filter, new fuel line, a new spark plug, and whatever this piece is.
Intake manifold.
It's some kind of intake manifold. And I don't know if we'll do that either. I don't know how far we'll get into the video, or how far I want to tear it down to try to get all this stuff on. But we're going to go ahead and get started on this. We'll probably start by replacing the fuel caps, dump the fuel out, do the carburetor, fuel line. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with replacing the fuel cap. And you can see mine's pretty wore out. So go ahead and take the fuel cap off. And usually this little ball right here is slid into this groove. This one's not. I don't know why. So I'm going to go ahead and get the new one. I don't know if you can see, but right down inside the fuel cap there's a groove that this ball will slide in. And then give it a little pull, and it'll lock in. Locked in now. That one's good. Now we'll move on to the other one. And when they're actually locked in, like I said, you can get really anything, as long as you can get it down in there and push the old ball out. A little flathead screwdriver. Push it down, it'll slide out. Now, grab the new one, do the same thing, get it down in that groove. Slide it up and you'll hear it click. Now we're locked in. Well guys, there's our first problem. This other cap is a different size. Huh. Don't know why that is, but I'll have to take that one out and put the old one back in. I'll have to get a hold of them and see why it's that way. Yeah. So, I guess we're going to use the old one. Alright, now go ahead and pull the cover off, get your air filter off. You need a screwdriver, scrunch, whatever you got. And they have another kit that actually comes with a new air filter. That's not the one they sent me, but I'll put the link to both of these kits down in the description, because I need a new air filter. Get that out of the way. Now, we got two 8mm bolts right here. 8mm nuts, sorry. Let's go ahead and get those off. Should have brought my can so I could put the stuff in. Chicken's going nuts. Alright, so now we got to undo this linkage. I hope you can see that alright. This linkage right here, what you got to do is pull the trigger, get your little screwdriver, just pry this up real easy. Pop right out of there, get it off the carburetor, set it to the side. Now, go ahead and pry this little boot out. And there's your carburetor. Then you'll have a lower fuel line. Get your little screwdriver or something, push that off. I guess it's got fuel in it. That fuel line off there, and remember this came with a new fuel line, so we're going to change that too. Alright, after we got the fuel line off there, we'll set the carburetor to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and reach down in here. May have to get some needle nose pliers. Reach down in here and grab the old fuel line so we can change the fuel filter. Need to get you a pair of needle nose pliers, reach down in there and pull this old fuel filter out, which it doesn't look bad, but I'm going to change it anyway. So now we got that out. We're going to go ahead and get our needle nose pliers again and pull this old fuel line out. Grab a hold of it and you should be able to just kind of pry it right out. Right there. Now if I come out the rest of the way, so what I end up having to do is get a screwdriver and just pry up around the little rubber boot. There's your old fuel line. Now let's throw this new one in. And guys, this little notch here, you want facing the back. Right here, face it toward the handle. Okay guys, I took you off tripod for a minute. So what you're going to want to do is slide that back down in the hole there. I don't know if you can see it. It'll go right back down in this hole, and keep the little rubber tab pointing toward the handle here. So I got that put down in there. I need to push it all the way down in and seat it down in, but got that put in there. Get you a little screwdriver or something to kind of push down on it and get it seated down in that hole there. Alright, now that's seated in there, we're going to go ahead and fish that line back out and get our new fuel filter put back on. And feed the filter back down. Alright, there's that. Now I don't know about this line yet. It don't look very long. If it's gonna hook onto the carburetor very easy. It may kink it. Kind of looks like it might. And now we'll go ahead and slide the carburetor back on. The new carburetor. Get that fuel line out of the way. Okay, so I'm having trouble getting this fuel line on. I don't know if you can really see, but it's like the fuel line's not long enough. It's actually supposed to be longer and tuck up in this groove right here that you can see right here, my finger. But it's not long enough to tuck up in there. So it's really fighting me. I don't know if this is going to work. So what I did, I had to take the carburetor back off, slide the line on the carburetor, and then try to seat this back down into seat the fuel line down here back into its seat. But this rubber here is actually too thick. It needs to be thinner because it's not sliding back in there. You can see it's getting stuck. It's too fat to go in the groove. But I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. May have to reach down in here with the needle nose and get it that way. All right, well, that's, I don't know that that's gonna work. I got it seated as good as I can get it, but I'm afraid it might leak. I ended up having to take the end of this socket and just try to push it down in there so I don't poke a hole in it, and it's not seating like I want it to. Like I said, we'll figure it out. We'll put it back together and see if it leaks or not, but I'm not real happy with it. So I got the carburetor on. Now let's go ahead and get our linkage back on over here. Slide it through there, pull your trigger, lock it into the little groove. You should hear it snap. Hear it snap into place here. There we go. Make sure all that's working good. Like I said, I don't know about that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a new spark plug in it that came in the kit. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get the spark plug out, change that. It's pretty dirty. I'll get the new one, throw it in there.
I didn't know you could use that for that too.
Yeah. Alright guys, I forgot earlier when we put the carburetor on. I should have went ahead and done this. Put that little plate back on and the two nuts back on it, but I was distracted, I guess. Alright, so we got the carburetor all on, got the new spark plug in, new fuel filter in, new fuel line. Now we're going to fire it up, put some fuel in it first, make sure it doesn't leak, because I may have to change that fuel line out with the old one. I don't see anything wrong with the old one, so if it leaks, we're switching it out. Alright guys, so I got all this bolted back on, the rubber boot here put back on. I ended up putting the original fuel line back on because I could not get the old one to seat. It wouldn't seat here, and I even tried it and it was leaking gas out of it, so got the carburetor put on. I'll clean the air filter out, put all that back on, and go see how it works. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. It's awfully windy out here and it's about to blow my tripod over. So, we'll get this started and end the video right here. Well, if you guys liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.